What's up, Jamie? I see you over there. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing? Oh yeah? Did you post up a video yet or no? Cool. I'm sure I'll see it when you upload it. Interested to see how you guys did. That's cool. Did you guys build them all in one day, or did you guys take the whole weekend and build them? Okay, so you guys did them in a week. Pretty cool. Yeah, looking forward to seeing them. Thanks for doing the live feed last week as well. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you do that Bronco, let me know how that one turns out. Oh, nice. Good evening, Tony. How are you, bud? Oh, cool. Sucks getting old, don't it? All your kids are growing up. I only got one left in the nest. And it's hard to believe that my youngest is 16. It's hard to believe that my oldest is going to be 30 in November. That's crazy, man. That is freaking crazy. All right, my friend, you go enjoy your dinner. Enjoy the family. Talk to you soon. Jamie, you're still in the house? How you been, man? What's up, Nick? Those spires ain't anywhere near you, right? Up there, those forest fires, they're all pretty far away from you. What's up, senior? Glad you could join us. It's in the middle of the night in Sweden. Someday I'm going to get to Sweden. Yeah, you dealing with high heat and humidity down by you, senior? Causing breathing problems and crap? Hey, John. Oh, man. Yeah, that ain't no good, man. That is not good at all. Well, I made the decision not to race today because it's 91 degrees out, and Sunday it wasn't anywhere near 91, and I was having all kinds of issues out there in the heat. So I decided I wasn't going to race today. So I figured since I wasn't going to race today, I guess I would host a live stream. That ain't no good. Got to take care of yourself. That's good to hear. What's up? Seamus is in the house. How you doing, Seamus? Seamus the lighting ninja. Yes, he is. Yes, there's live streams almost every day. Almost every day somebody's doing one. Think Seamus makes a lot of people look sad. That's why I keep building. Someday I'll be half as good as Seamus. I'll be half as good as a lot of guys. Yeah, I saw that Beamer, Seamus. I'm digging that. I like the color on it too. Pretty neat color. I would believe it's a Ford color. Looks good on it though. Electric Monza Blue. Bavarian blue. I'm not sure what shade blue Bavarian blue is, but I think the blue that you're using is pretty cool. Hey, Mark. How you doing, bud? Hey, see you soon, Kid Bash. Living, huh? Bavarian blue is a BMW color. Huh. I did not know it was Bavarian blue. Okay, I know what color you're talking about now. Pretty cool. Why someday, Mark? No time like the present. What's this place? What's up, Adam? I had an 82 square body. I should have never gotten rid of that thing. I don't know what possessed me to get rid of it, but I got rid of it and I should have never gotten rid of it. Yeah, I'll agree with that. It always seems like you're doing some kind of project. Everybody say hi to Adam before he feels left out. Yeah, I'd still be driving my truck too had I not sold it like a dumbass. Now I got a 96 Chevy. So I learned a lesson from my 82. I'm going to run my 96 until it dies, until I can't drive it no more. I don't know, John. The Porsche group build's really not up my alley, so I'm not really paying attention to it. Yeah, the Mustang group build has started. Um, he started that on April 24th or April 17th or something like that, and it goes till next April 17th. And you're not supposed to reveal anything until next year, too. I'm still trying to decide on what kit that I'm going to build. I did that poll, and it wasn't really clear on what you guys wanted me to build, so now I got to choose. Maybe I'll just build them all. Not going to happen. Is it going to take you a year to do that one, Seamus? Oops. I keep touching things. What's up, Marcy? Yeah, I know you're building a wood ship. I remember, Mark. I remember. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. That's why I'm not racing right now. Man, I'm surprised Ryan's not here. I'm surprised little Jimmy ain't knocking on the door. Everybody's going to leave me lonely, man. The link is at the top of the chat, Mark. It's fixed to the top of the comment section. And it's also in my community post on YouTube. Scroll up. It's at the top. Pappy in the house? Hey, Pappy. Snappy Pappy's in the house. Good evening, fellow YouTube content creators. Now you need to open up all your videos with that, Fred. What's up, Jason? You'd forget. You might have to get yourself a little placard for like back there or something like that, and so you look at it every time you started the video, so you could recite it. Yes, Seamus. I got a copy. You must be asking a question or something. Papa Z. Oh shit! That's what you're trying to tell me. Shit. Sorry, guys.
You're there.
What's up? Took long enough, huh? How long were you in the back room struggling for breath?
About 5 minutes.
Usually Jimmy's sending me private messages. Hey, I want to get in. Let me in.
No harm done.
And then he sits there and he's like lagging and crap. And what's up, Mike? Nice to see you. think I need to put a disclaimer on the final video when I'm done with this Bronco. Need to let everybody know that model assemblers need not apply. This is a builder's kit.
For big boys.
Yeah, this isn't a good kit for somebody that's fresh out the box and young kids or anything. It's kind of
You building a Ford or a Chevy? That looks like
Ford.
a Chevy square body.
No, it's a Ford Bronco. It's this one.
Poor guy.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Thought you were building a real truck there for a second.
No real trucks being built here.
Stupid thing doesn't want to heat up.
I don't think I have any square bodies in the stash.
Sure, I got like 3 or 4 of them. The reason I haven't started building a replica of my truck yet is because, one, right off the bat, I have to lengthen the truck because anything I put out is all short box.
Yeah. Well,
So I got to lengthen it to a long box right off the
well,
bat, which means
if you get the deserter kit, the deserter is a long box. Well, it's supposed to be anyway.
a deserter?
Yeah. Isn't a deserter a long box GMC?
No.
No?
No. There's nothing that I know of that is a long box in those years of truck. Yeah, see, that's
Well,
the other thing. It's got the proper grill except for the name on it.
Yeah.
I gotta change the name on the grill.
Wow,
But
you're pretty
it's got
handy.
the same grill as my truck.
You're pretty handy with cutting styrene and gluing styrene.
Oh, yeah. It's just trying to make those contours in the box side is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because I remember when it was a Fall Guy kit, the actual Fall Guy truck was a long box and the kit was a short box. That's right. Which is the deserter kit. That's what it was.
Yeah, as far as I know, there is no kit that has the long box.
Anybody have a conversion kit or a resin conversion kit?
I was just going to say, I think there is a resin long box kit out there somewhere.
I would imagine.
But at the same time, I need 64 Impala taillights for my truck.
Yeah.
Because my truck has the I Frenched in 64 Impala taillights into the tailgate and shaved off the corner taillight. So I gotta just slowly collecting all the parts for it.
Damn, Pappy, you got RC helicopters? I've always been interested in those, but they've always been too expensive for me.
They're not they're expensive to get, and but they're even more expensive when they land the wrong way.
Oh, I'm sure.
I can't afford when they land the wrong way.
I tried the RC airplane when I was younger. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, me neither.
I built the Piper Cub and went out to the RC airplane club and I flew it a couple times and then I was just like, nah, this ain't my cup of tea.
They're cool to watch, but that's about it.
Oh yeah.
Especially when Cletus decides to just fucking smash it.
I need another hobby like I need a hole in the head, but I'm thinking about buying a Traxxas / two-wheel drive and getting it converted for Mud Boss. Going hanging out with some of my friends that race the RC cars.
I've got two, well, no, I've got more than that actually, but because I've got the monster, you call it the monster truck. It's a Savage X.
Yeah.
I got that one. That one's all done up like crazy. It's got pretty much the biggest nitro engine you can get in them. I've upgraded the transmission to, I mean, the thing's good for almost 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But you can't drive the damn thing because as soon as you touch the gas, I mean, you're flipping it over backwards.
Yeah. Senior, are you talking about a real plane or an RC plane? I hope he's talking about RC plane.
What? Flying them?
Yeah, a Piper Cub.
If he's got a Cessna, man, what the fuck?
What's up, Chris? Yeah, he said it was an RC, not a real one.
Closest thing I've got to something that flies is my drones. Smart, stupid. I got two cheap drones.
Yeah.
One's like one of those stunt drones, and
oh yeah. Well, they're probably fun though.
Yeah, as long as there's no wind.
Right.
They're so cheap, they don't have the gyros and all that stuff in them that like these big fancy ones do, where you can fly them where there's a breeze. There's no way I can fly mine where there's a breeze. You'd be doing fucking loops in a heartbeat.
Papa Z. I gotta ask my living Scalemates encyclopedia guy, Papa Z. How old is this kit, Papa Z? This Bronco kit. When was the first one released, if you recall?
I think quite a long time ago, actually. I thought I seem to remember one as I was a kid. Yeah, I've been sitting here watching Dumbex there, FedEx.
Yeah.
Ship my freaking... Try to ship my other sailboat, my sail ship.
You're really getting into those damn things, aren't you?
Oh, I like it. It's very relaxing, but frustrating, but satisfying.
Bipolar.
Satisfying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1 second you're going, oh, look at this. You're sanding and you're bending stuff and snap. Son of a...
Yeah.
Hey, calm down. bend another one. I don't know. Say, like Dad's a carpenter, and I worked construction for many, many years before I got into custom auto body and stuff. So, you know, working with wood is nothing for me.
Right.
No, I'm not playing with a ball right now.
You must be talking to your dog.
I
All right,
got
Shane.
Dad's dog here. I got Dad's dog here. His
Dad's
dad
dog?
is, yeah, he's on his way to Alberta because there's a
Oh,
guy
yeah.
in Alberta that wants him to do some work for him. So
Uh-huh.
he bought Dad a plane ticket. So we dropped him off this morning. Well, we left here at 9, 2-hour drive to the airport, dropped him off, and then he got on one flight, a layover in Toronto, about an hour flight to Toronto. Rip? No, leave it alone. But anyways, yeah, so he should be just about in Alberta by now. But of course, obviously, he couldn't bring his dog, so he'd probably be there for a couple months. And the guy is supposed to be buying Dad a truck
Oh, yeah.
because Dad, we still have stuff in Alberta
Yeah.
that's in storage that needs to come out here to New Brunswick. So Dad's hoping that when he's done with doing stuff for Malcolm there, that he can just load up the trailer, load up some more stuff, and then he'll be on his way back here. So probably a month or so. So of course we're looking after Dad's dog. Not a big deal. But he's just barely a year old and hyper
Oh,
as
yeah.
shit.
Still a puppy. Yeah, still a puppy.
Hyper as shit.
So Rick says it was released in the mid 80s. It was released as a monster truck, sort of. So my question is this the same Bronco that's the Bass? What is that? The Bass? What is that one, Nick, that you just got, or John, whoever you just got that one?
Actually, yeah. Because there was a Ram Charger truck that had the bass boat, or what did it have? There was a Ram Charger that had a trailer. I can't remember what it was. And then I thought there was a Bronco that had the bass boat.
I thought so too. Matter of fact, I thought I just saw one.
Yeah, because I have that kit, or I built that kit. Hey, give me that. No.
Jonathan got the Gone Fishing. It was released in 1982. Well, I mean, like I said earlier, if you weren't here, this, it's definitely not a kit for somebody that is new to modeling. It takes a little bit of patience. You go on Facebook and you see those guys. Thing pissed me off so bad I threw it up against the wall. Well, yeah, this one would probably do that to a lot of people. And it's not very good for kids either. That's for sure. Well, if you're willing to put the time in, I think you could make a nice little model out of it.
Yeah, I want my other ship.
You got to finish that one first.
The other one's a sponsor though.
Oh,
So I'll keep working on this one, but I'll make that one more of my main build.
yeah.
I mean, they're sending, from what I understand, they're sending almost $1,100 worth of stuff.
Holy. That's always nice.
So even Dad said, yeah, you should probably work on that one more than this one, because this one I bought, right?
Right.
This one's not sponsored or anything. So Dad's like, yeah, just to, show the appreciation, spend more time building that one kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of why I'm doing this one here.
But with that one, what I'm going to be doing with that one though is because I have a Loot subscription.
Yeah.
You know who Loot is, right?
Nope. No idea.
Loot is kind of like my mini factory. I don't know if you know who that is. It's D&D minis and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. So I have a subscription to Loot.
Okay.
And they have a couple of their packages or whatever that will work perfectly with this ship that's coming. Perfectly.
Okay.
So I'll be 3D printing a whole bunch of stuff that is going to go with this ship when I'm done.
Alrighty, that's done.
Getting harder and harder to put clamps on. Getting less and less room.
You're almost done. I'm good.
Not even close to half. I'm almost halfway done the planking. Because with the planking, I got the hull.
Seamus, have you ever built a wooden ship? What's up, Jimmy? Speak of the devil, the little devil.
What's that, Rob?
Have you ever built a wooden ship?
Yes, I've done the 200 scale Bismarck.
Did you light it?
No.
Just wondering. Because remember, I said you light the world.
No, it's the only ship I haven't lit.
The one that's coming comes with LED lights.
Yeah,
oh, yeah?
I should again.
Yeah, the one that's coming here comes with LED lights. I'm going to add more to it.
Yeah.
Because I've heard a few people say, yeah, there's you need to add
gun
more.
turrets move in it. They got the gun turrets that move and the propellers move as well in that kit. They reissued it again not that long ago, or a year ago. That Bismarck.
Oh, shit. All right. That's that. Oh. I think it would lend itself well to that, Pappy. I really do. And to be honest with you, like I highlighted in my video today, obviously the engine doesn't have a whole lot of detail. And like the chrome air cleaner's on here because the stock air cleaner don't fit with the distributor. So if I were to do this one again, I definitely would probably go with a 3D printed Ford engine of some sort. And
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
But yeah, I think you could lift this up pretty good. Obviously, you'd have to scratch build a bunch of stuff, but that's nothing for you to be able to do. The chassis, the frame is pretty good on it. Everything is solid. I bought these 4L60E transmissions. I got 2 of them. So this is for the Street Machine Group build. These are the wheels that's going on that Chevelle. Big block forward for it. Can't remember what I was going to do. Maybe I'll just sit here and take a break and watch everybody else.
Dig a hole in the backyard and bury a Ford. So, Mark hasn't been watching my videos lately. You don't know. You don't know what's going on. Oh, I've been the last few days here have been stupid insane because Dad and I were trying to get a bunch of stuff done here before he left and everything else. So I haven't been. Hell, I've even been slacking on making my own movies, let alone watching somebody's.
So I got a sponsor, and they gave me a couple kits to do some unboxings, and
Right on.
I put the word out
Congrats on
asking what everybody wanted to see. Thank you. And it was split right down the middle. So I was like, shit, now it's split. Now it's a coin flip. So I told my wife, I was like, heads or tails? I was like, heads is going to be Bronco, tails is going to be the Super B. Flipped the coin, landed on heads. It was the Bronco. So we ended up unboxing the Bronco. Then I said, whatever I unboxed, I was going to build. So here we are. Like, I don't have enough shit going on.
I would have done the Super B all day long. I'd build 14 Super Bs at the same time before building a Ford.
Do I sense a little bias in your voice there?
I'm not a Ford guy. See,
Jimmy
for
just
me,
started
it's
the big game GM bought himself some 54-inch RC mud tires to go on it. Cool.
Yeah. See, for me, I have Chevy vehicles all over the place. So
Right.
I drive my 85 Chevy truck. If I have to downgrade, I'll go to a Dodge. Now, if I have to downgrade from a Dodge, I'll go to a bicycle.
Still get you up out, but it'll be slower.
Well, you got Moose up there. Why don't you just grab yourself a Moose? Aren't they faster than a bicycle?
Yeah, especially when you're running from them.
I know. I don't mess with
Those
Moose.
things are mean.
We got
Those
Moose
things are
here
mean.
too. I do not play with Moose.
Nope.
I went to Maine one time. I spent the summer in Maine at my Uncle Vernon. My Uncle Vernon lived off grid. And he was an IBMer, and he worked out of Kingston, New York. And one day he had enough of the corporate world, and he quit. And he had bought property in Maine, and he built himself a cabin and all that good stuff. And everybody thought he lost his cotton picking mind, but it was like paradise there. So I used to spend the summer in Maine with him. And so one time we were out there, and we were out by the barn, and I looked up and I seen this big old moose. and I was scared shitless. I never realized moose were that big until I saw that
Yeah.
moose. And I was like,
They
yeah,
make
that's not something I want to mess with.
They can make a horse look small.
Oh, yes. Yes, they do.
I mean, a little cow, a cow moose, I mean, on its own, fine. If there's a baby around, you
Yeah,
better
I'm leaving it
leave,
alone.
man, because if that cow moose decides to want to try and protect its baby, you
Yeah,
better goddamn run.
yeah. I've seen videos of it. I've never had that experience, but I'll tell you what. I know,
You don't
baby
want
moose,
it.
you need to run. Well, it's the same thing with bear cubs. I don't understand how many times people got to get mauled by a friggin' mama bear because they want to mess with a bear cub. I heard
Yeah.
something on the radio the other day. People at Yellowstone are they're going to be doing a campaign now when you visit Yellowstone because people keep trying to pet the bison. And I guess people got a baby bison and was petting the bison. And because people were petting the baby bison, the herd wasn't accepted back in the herd. It kind of kicked it out of the herd. So then another thing, I guess somebody put a baby elk in their car or whatever. And it's like,
What?
I'm just trying to figure out what kind of idiot wants to do shit like that. I don't understand.
All I see is Tommy Boy all over again with a baby elk in the back seat.
Yeah. The fuzzy buffaloes. Yeah, don't mess with the fuzzy buffaloes. Adam says he voted for the Bronco because he plans on building the Super Bee as a replica of his friends in high school. So he didn't want me to spoil his video.
That sounds selfish.
Well, well, you know.
You're not taking my thunder away. Build something different. No, I see his point, though. Just bugging him. Yeah, well, everybody to their own.
Hey, midnight.
My family's always been Chevy, from as far back as I can tell. Dad's had a few Dodges and Plymouths and stuff, but still basically just Chevys.
If this is a fact, I'm afraid of what the rest of your friends are like, Jimmy.
What's wrong with his friends?
He said he's the smartest one out of all his friend group.
Oh, shit. I have a friend like that, too. Oh, I'm the smartest one. Uh-huh. Sure you are. So why are we trying to pull your truck out of the fucking swamp?
Uh-huh. Oh, man. I still got to do, man. I think I got myself involved in too many damn projects. You're the one that keeps you guys out of trouble? He says he's the one that keeps us out of trouble. Let's just say that.
I don't see that happening because, he's the one that kept the hot spot for how long? Poor Jimmy.
Rob, you asked me how he's building any ships? You lit any ships?
You got what?
I'm saying I have a ship here. It's only one I've lit. It's the USS Freedom.
Okay, yeah, nice. Is that the one that was built out of the scrap iron from the Twin Towers?
I'm not too sure now, to be honest. That's from Trumpeter.
Looks kind of cool.
Let's see. I see not much.
All
Look
lit
like.
up on the inside. That's cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's from Trumpeter.
Yeah, my neighbor here's got a rental right now because coming home tonight, his hood decided to go in a different direction and check out his windshield.
I've had that happen before.
He's okay, and his daughter's okay, but yeah, it's not a fun thing. He sent us pictures, and I'm like, ew.
Yep.
Told him, I said, well, that's what you get for driving a little fucking Hyundai. Next time, get a Chevy. It won't fucking break. He goes, I know. He says, the hood come up on my fucking Chevy truck, and it didn't even do this. Like,
I was
sweet.
driving my '78 Buick Skylark, and I guess the latch just decided it was done, and it, was kind of rusted out and crap. And I was coming down the mountain, Shawanga Mountain, back home in New York, and I was probably doing about 65, 70, and I was on 4455 on a downgrade, and the damn hood decided to do that. And luckily, it didn't bend the hood in half, but it messed the hinges up. I had to replace the hinges, and then I didn't replace the latch. I just put hood pins on the bitch. It was a '78 Buick Skylark, after all.
Yeah. I've never had any of those problems.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
Worst thing I ever had was the back tire come off.
That's not fun either.
Nope. It snapped all 5 lug nuts.
I've had a couple blowouts at speed. That's not fun.
Well, that's the thing. This one here, because, I do all my own stuff, right? It's the way we were raised. Fix your own fucking vehicles. But, yeah, I come out of the shopping mall, and I pulled out of the parking lot onto the road. And all of a sudden, I can hear this, like, clink, 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 clink. So I was like, okay, well, I'll pull over and fucking see what it is. So I was only going, like, maybe 10, 15K, right? But, yeah, all of a sudden, fucking
that to English. What's that in miles per hour?
15K, probably. 10, 15K, that's what? Like 8, 9 miles an hour? I was just pulling out of a parking lot, so I was just pulling onto the street road. So, what are you doing? Like 5 or 8 miles an hour kind of thing? That's all it was. So I thought, okay, I'll pull over, see what the hell this noise is. And before I could even do that, nope, ass end of the car went up in the freaking air, and tire freaking, because it went underneath the body and underneath the bumper. It was a '79 Buick Regal. So it just freaking right up underneath the body of the car and sat
Mark,
there in the middle of the road.
Look up at the screen a minute. So Adam wants to know why the part is in the chat for. And
yeah, I've seen that lately too. And I'm like, what the hell is that?
Read Fred's reply.
Oh. Do you feel the love?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's not fast. It was, like I said, over 10, 15K, so it's roughly like 6, 8 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But
You're
yeah,
lucky you weren't going
it,
fast. Eh?
the car went up because it was a back passenger tire, so it went up and it spun the car sideways and bang, I stopped on the road. And then the tire hit me in the back bumper of the car. So we jacked that up, pounded all the lug right in the middle of the road, of course, right? So pounded out the lug nuts, the busted studs,
Mm-hmm.
and jacked up the other side, pulled the back tire off because stupidly the front studs are different size than the back studs. So I took 2 studs out of the back wheel on the other side, pulled them through on the passenger side, put both wheels
Yeah.
back on, and then I drove over to Summit Racing and I put 10 new fucking racing studs on.
Yeah, there you go. They don't break. They
Yep.
take a lot to break.
Well, see that car, a '79 Buick Regal, limited edition, right? So I painted it black, but it had the gold trim on it. It had the
Mm-hmm.
T-tops, which I've never seen a Buick Regal with T-tops. Mine was the only one I've ever seen. It
What
had the
year was that?
single 79.
Oh, 79?
And yeah, and then it had the big single headlights on it, and it had a 301 in it.
Yeah.
And when Grandpa wrecked his car, well, somebody hit his '78 Buick Century, I think it was. It was a goddamn big car, one of the big Buicks.
Yeah.
And so the car was totaled, but we towed it home, and I pulled the 403 out of that thing, and I dropped it in that '79 Buick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know, me neither. '79 Buick Regal with T-tops. It's '79 Regal with 79 Buick Regal limited edition, and it had T-tops. It
They
was the
probably sent
coolest
it to
freaking thing.
another. They probably sent it to
I
another company to get the T-tops aftermarket done. They used to do that a lot.
No, because it came with these like the furry inside vinyl envelopes to put the T-tops in, and it was
No, but I mean
embossed Buick.
the factories used to do that. The factories would
Oh, maybe.
send cars out. They would contract them, like
Yeah,
a
it might
lot
have been
of
a special order,
yeah.
but I've never seen another one since. And I'm like, dude, if I could ever find another '79 Regal with T-tops, because I mean that thing had the 7-way power seats. It had freaking, those big pillow top velvet seats that were in there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I
like
know. I
the
loved
car was
it.
loaded
I had an
car.
81 Regal. Entree.
Okay, so you know how a few months ago,
My 81 had T-tops.
it
What?
was more like 3 months ago, but you know when I was talking about the little alien dude with the green helmet and stuff?
The alien dude with a green helmet. Okay.
The cartoon.
Yeah.
He's from Space Jam. That's what he's from.
Marvin the Martian?
Yes! He's from Space Jam! It just popped in my head.
He's from Looney Tunes.
Right, but
What's wrong with Marvin the Martian? He's awesome.
So is that the first time you ever saw Marvin the Martian is in Space Jam?
I think so.
You need to watch more Saturday morning cartoons.
I don't remember
Oh,
seeing him in
shit.
I remember that, Daffy Duck and then
Bugs Bunny and Marvin the Martian, man.
Hey, man.
Here, hold this plutonium, blah, 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 what, 1,000, 2,000, whatever fucking explosive.
Yeah.
And up and down on those stupid space elevators. Woot, 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 woot. And then you get all the little green seedlings wet, and they all grow up to these fucking green Martians.
Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
Yes, his name's Yosemite Sam.
Well, I can't remember things.
The guy with the long beard that was shooting everything. And then you got Elmer
Roughest, toughest, wildest, most shootingest.
I can't remember the pig.
Wile E. Coyote, the Road Runner.
Yeah, Porky Pig.
And then there's Taz.
Yeah,
Leghorn, Foghorn,
Foghorn Leghorn.
I don't
or Foghorn Leghorn, yeah.
see.
And then the stupid chicken hawk.
And
Then there's the
What
dog.
what was the bulldog's name?
he had a son too, if you remember. He had
Bulldog?
Spike?
I'm not sure.
No, that was his son.
His son's name was Spike.
Well, it depends on which bulldog, because Tom and Jerry had a bulldog, and I think his name was Spike.
Yeah, that's right. Spike.
But if you're talking about the one that was in the Looney Tunes one,
Because I'm thinking about the one from Tom and Jerry.
because there's the bulldog one where he's got the little Chihuahua guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's my buddy. He's my protector. Blah blah blah, and he just knocks the freaking little Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Someone tried telling me once that Coyote and Roadrunner.
What about Coyote and Roadrunner?
Someone was like, Looney Tunes is better than Coyote and Roadrunner. And I was like, no.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's Warner Brothers, isn't it? Wait a minute. Why aren't Coyote and Roadrunner?
Oh,
No? Butch and Spike. That's
It's all-
right, Mark. Butch and Spike.
And then,
Huh?
Butch and Spike, the
Butch and
bulldog's
Spike.
name.
Yeah.
that's crazy. Coyote and Roadrunner when he does his meet. And I was like, that's the point.
Then there's Sylvester and Tweety.
Yeah.
And then someone tried telling me that the cartoons like Looney Tunes, Coyote, Roadrunner, Tom and Jerry, they tried telling me that they all suck and they make kids retarded. And I was like, and cartoons
No,
nowadays?
cartoons today make kids retarded.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Have you ever watched Peppa Pig?
Some of the shit they put out today, it's almost like,
I remember the things with farting, puking, peeing, it was like a whole thing.
I mean, Peppa Pig is a very good example of how stupid cartoons are.
Yeah, and I just now remembered that.
okay, so that just led me and my friends talking about friggin' Looney Tunes for the last 15 minutes.
Hey, Looney Tunes was during the time of the best era.
Well, you and I know that, but cartoons were never intended for kids. That is true, Marcy.
Come on, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Hercules, and freaking He-Man, She-Ra, Fraggle Rock.
Oh my God, Fraggle Rock.
I mean, come on. Those are like the best freaking shows in the world.
Scooby-Doo and Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, watch that one. Hell, even the old Power Rangers, or what the hell is the one with the cats?
The one with the
Is it
cat.
They all had
Top Cat? Top Cat? No.
no. There were five. There were five cats. Kind of, it was like a spin-off from the Power Rangers. There was the five cats. They all drove these mechanical cats, but then they would kind of transform and become one big robot.
Can't recall that one.
That's not Thundercats, is it?
No, Thundercats was something else. That was a good one too. What the
Yeah, that
hell
was
was
from
the
my
name of it?
heart.
Because I even had the toys. They would all transform. You'd transform each cat robot. One would be the foot, and the other one's an arm. The other one's the foot, and, one's the body and the head kind of thing. Oh no, that's gonna drive me nuts.
5 lions. Lewis said 5 lions.
Yeah, that's not the name of it.
What if it is? Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get into the girls stuff, I mean, there was Gem. There was, I don't really know. My Little Pony, I guess.
Party Puff Girls.
Trolls. God knows what else. Of course, I've got a sister, and a younger sister. So, guess who had to watch what?
Was Josie and the Pussycats actually for girls, or was that for both? I don't know.
Yeah, used to watch G.I. Joe all the time, Transformers.
Saturday morning cartoons. Get up early in the morning, pour yourself a bowl of cereal, and sit down in front of the TV and watch cartoons till noon.
Yeah.
Captain Caveman! Jimmy, you ain't even that old, man. So how did you ever see Captain Caveman? Space Ghost.
Flintstones. Flintstones, the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Penelope Pitstop. Do you remember that?
What's that, Seamus?
Penelope Pitstop. Do you remember that?
Penelope Pitstop?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember that one. You guys remember Speed Buggy?
Wow. Okay. The hole is getting smaller and smaller. That is not what she said.
Mm-hmm. Whatever size fits.
That's right, Chris. When cartoons were done, Mom came out and she said, "Get out of the house. It's time to clean." And then she would spend the rest of Saturday cleaning the house while you were outside getting dirty and actually doing shit. Learning about life. Kids today just don't know.
I agree.
Stop.
I'm glad my kids were raised enjoying the outdoors and doing things outdoors and stuff, that they're not, they like fishing, hunting, camping, hiking. Johnny Quest. Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Yep. I'm not really sure when I started getting into the habit of building my roll cages.
Voltron.
Oh yeah, I remember Voltron.
It was the 5 mechanical cats.
Is that what I was going to mention? Voltron after I said um,
Hmm.
not Wildcats, Thundercats. But I wasn't sure if Voltron was what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, Voltron. One cat made two cats made a leg, each a leg, and then 2 cats made the arms. Like that. See the picture? Voltron.
Oh yeah, okay. Lewis says 5 lions sent to different parts of the world that came together when the world was in danger and whooped some asses. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Riding a bike was my ass had to walk across town. Uh-huh. Kids today will never know the disappointment of riding your bike across town
Oh
to
shit, we
find out
can't
your
even forget
friend.
about these.
Oh shit. I try to tell my kids
Can't
I
forget.
tried to tell my kids that they have no idea. My parents never knew where I was most of the time. And they didn't care. As long as I was home by the time 6:00 dinner.
See, you can't forget about these ones either. DuckTales, Teenage Mutant
Oh yeah.
Ninja Turtles, Inspector
DuckTales.
Gadget,
Oh yeah.
Good
the
one.
Smurfs. Can't forget the Smurfs. I mean, la 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 la.
Smurfette.
Smurfette.
Gargamel.
Yeah, well used Smurf.
Well, I'm sure she got around.
But I think she hated Grumpy because that's probably why he was always grumpy. He never got any.
I'd be grumpy too if I never got any. Somebody's spraying something.
Yep, it's me.
Dad says landing now. Dave. Dad said landing now.
Cool.
So he's just landing. He was going to Edmonton, wasn't he? Yeah. Hey, I'm going mute for a second here, guys. Somehow, if I look at the right screen, there we go.
Oh, come on, you son of a bitch.
Sounds like Ford problems.
Are you talking about real cars, Adam, or model cars? Or both? What the flying hell? Will you fucking stay there? Well, I don't mind it. I mean, especially when you're doing dioramas and stuff. Adam thinks the rusting and weathering of model cars is odd to him. That's because you're a body man and you're always painting them and making them look shiny.
You haven't seen my Trino yet?
Hey guys, I'm gonna drop out. I gotta go outside, do a few things, take these dogs out, have some supper.
All right,
So
man.
if you're still
Have a good
on,
night.
if you're still on,
No
if
problem,
you're still
Mark.
on later, maybe I'll jump back in.
I'm probably be over about 8 o'clock. So if you're back before then, pop in.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
8 o'clock, 8 Eastern.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Yep. Thanks, Mark. And then there were two.
What time are you at now over there, Rob, at the minute?
What's that?
What time are you over at the minute?
I still didn't hear you.
What's your time over there?
Right now it is 7:33 p.m.
So it's 25 to 1 in the morning here.
And it's Wednesday there, isn't it?
Early hours, yes.
That is so weird to me.
Yeah, me too. Trying to keep up with these live streams is hard time because of the time difference for me.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine. That is weird, man.
What's that?
I am using Tamiya extra thin on this roll cage on here, and it is not setting up. It's like
Did you waste the
I'm,
part?
I'm just going to leave it alone, man. It's like, it just doesn't seem to want to set up.
Maybe some mold release on it?
I don't know. It's possible because I was painting some little parts with some acrylics and the paint was just pulling right back off on the paintbrush. So it's possible it's got mold release on it. I should have washed it. I don't normally wash the sprues unless I do a bunch of sanding and cleanup stuff and that, but
That's what it is, probably.
possibly mold release. So I don't understand people on Facebook. I don't wash my models. I don't wash my models. It's like, glad you've never had an issue.
I think they're full of shit.
Like I don't know.
I tried it before. Not washing the kit. By God, was I sorry? Paint was terrible on it.
Rick, the link is at the top of the chat. It's pinned up at the top of the chat. Should be. What'd you say, Seamus?
I'm saying I tried that one time before. Not washing the kit, just build it straight from a box.
Yeah.
By God, was I sorry? It was the worst paint job I ever done. And I'm painting 30 years.
Well, all right, hold on. I gotta help Papa Z. Oh, shit. That's not gonna do that. Dang gummit. All right, I'll be right back.
No problem.
There we go. Yep, I wash with Blue Dawn and then I wipe it down with alcohol and then I try to tell people, I guess I don't care what type of paint people use and stuff on there. I mean, I've used the 2X and I've used Krylon and shortcuts and all kinds of stuff paint. I don't really care what kind of paint you use, but your prep is pretty important. But the other thing is one of the things that irritates me is I've had some successful paint jobs without priming using extreme lacquer, but if I do body work or I do any kind of sanding or there's swirls in the plastic, I prime. And guys, I see guys having problems all the time. They have swirls in the plastic or they've sanded some stuff and they don't understand why it keeps coming through the paint. It's because they didn't prime it. You know?
That's right. That's true.
So, but you see it all the time on Facebook. I don't need the prime. I use 2-in-1 paint. And it's like, okay, continue doing what you're doing. And you're going to continue having those problems.
To learn the hard way.
You know, if you're trying to get better, and I am, and I take notes from everybody, all of you guys. I watch everybody's stuff and I see what you're doing and I take to heart the tips that you guys give us and all that other stuff. So if I want to increase my skills and I want my builds to look better, I'm going to emulate what everybody that I consider top builders are doing. So if they're taking the body out of the bag and they're taking it over to the sink and they're spending, you know, half a minute washing the damn thing with Blue Dawn and warm water, and that's going to net me better results in the paint job department, then damn it, I'm going to do it. You know, it's kind of silly. Take the advice. It's free. Take the advice.
It's true. Some people don't want to listen.
Hi.
How's it going, guys?
Papa Z is in the house.
Hey, Rick.
How's it going?
Right, and like Adam just said, lacquer will always highlight anything in the styrene. And that's why people that use the extreme lacquer 2-in-1 have the problems when they have the swirls or if they don't, you know. And the other thing is they're like, I don't sand, that's bull crap. I don't sand up to, you know, 8,000 or 12,000, you know. I use 350 and 400 and that does it. And it's like, okay, you're going to see all your sanding marks. I mean, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. You know, I honestly don't care how other people build their models. It's their money. They can ruin them however they want to.
Don't take a whole lot of effort to watch it either.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
5 minutes, Rick.
You know,
Takes half a minute to watch it. I mean,
Some people just can't be told.
you know, and then they get pissed off when when my biggest thing, and I don't want to gripe and everything. I don't want to bash any manufacturers or anything like that. This kit's not the greatest kit, but you know, it is what it is. And you could actually take this kit and make it something special with a little bit more effort, you know. And like I highlighted, maybe a better detailed engine and transmission setup. Who knows? The chassis is not bad. The suspension's not bad. The body is actually pretty good looking body. It's pretty clean. I mean, I had to clean up. We had some stuff here I had to sand, and I had to do the what are these? The panel lines. You know, I had to open the panel lines back up, and they're not too bad. But people that bitch and gripe about having to remove flash and they have to do this or they have to do that, and typical MPC, typical AMT, they just want they want the model to fall together. And when I say there's a difference between an assembler and a builder, are you an assembler or a builder? An assembler just wants the shit to go together, you know. I mean, I love when they fall together, don't get me wrong, but if part of the fun of model building is having to figure out issues.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's too simple, grow is easy.
Well, and that always confused me, Terry. When Chris Chapman didn't prime and he just used the craft paint. Every time I use craft paint, I have to prime. You know, otherwise the craft paint just runs off. Marcy says if you want flawless, buy puzzles instead.
Purified
Yes,
numbers.
primer affects color outcome.
That ain't
What's
flawless.
up, 24?
Sometimes you hammer the parts in there. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. Yep. And Marcy's right too. Sometimes there are some kits that are complete disasters. That's right. You know, and you keep them on the shelf. You know, and that is something I want to try, Pappy. I have not tried pink primer. Every time I do like a pink paint or a red paint job, I always use just red oxide primer. But I really want to try that pink primer.
Yep,
I used that on the Golf.
it works
Pink
pretty
and the
good.
red.
The pink primer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that because Fred mentioned it. Try it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
It's pretty good. I got one here. I did. This is pink primer under this.
That's nice. I like
I've
it.
also used yellow as well, bro. I've used yellow in the past.
Yeah. Makes the red brighter. I'm going to have to try that out. So, promise not to laugh and ostracize me. I'm going to show you the color that I'm putting on this Bronco and the paint that I'm using. Now, I was going to use extreme lacquer on it, the root beer brown that I did the Willys, but I don't have enough in the can that I have here. I'm sure if I decan it, I could airbrush it, and I'd probably have enough. But I'm going to show you the brown that I'm going to use. And you're probably going to ostracize me, but that's okay. After deep consideration, I decided I really didn't want to do like a flake or anything or a metallic color. So I'm going to use espresso brown, and it's Krylon Shortcuts. So
Never used that paint. Krylon.
we'll see how long it takes to dry.
I hear the Krylon clear is trouble. Is there any truth in it?
I switched to 2K clear, so I don't know. I never use Krylon clear.
Me neither. Never tried it.
No,
I used to use
rubbish.
I used to use extreme lacquer to wet look clear, and then I went to Tamiya's clear, and then I went to 2K. So
Okay. I haven't tried the 2K yet.
I like it. I see some
Yeah.
people.
People like it. And
I think some people, their model cars look like they dipped their friggin' bodies in it. I think they put it on a little bit too heavy.
That's what I used on the M6, the BM.
And I got to agree with Brian today in his video when he was talking about he doesn't want to buy model specific 2K clear because it's $20 a bottle.
yeah,
I got the whole quart here, you know, and
Right.
I think I paid like $50 for it.
right.
It'll probably take me forever to use it all.
Well, he was saying that the only reason he can't use it all is because the hardener went bad on him finally after
Yep.
a long time.
Yeah.
You know,
Old Tom told me to take it out of the can. The 2K. He told me to take it out of the can and put it in a mason jar, and I haven't done that yet. But he said if I take it out and I put it in a mason jar, it'll last longer.
yeah, seal it up.
I got to do that yet.
I don't know if you could do that with the hardener too. Maybe.
I don't know. Oh, 400. You guys get to sleep in that late? And I'm not shitting ya when I got to be up at 2:15. I'm on the road by like 3:15, 3:20.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I got a longer day. I got 2 VA trips. I got my regular route in the morning. I got 2 VA trips. I'm going to jog outside. Woo! Holy shit. That's fucking hot. I'm dying over here again.
What happened?
Too hot for you?
Oh, pizza rolls. Yeah, that cheese get really hot, don't it?
Holy fuck. Oh. I went to Culver's one day. We were out and about, and we stopped at Culver's, and I got one of their spicy chicken sandwiches. And I bit into it, and the thing was so damn hot. Not spicy-wise hot, hot.
Mm.
And it stuck to the roof of my mouth, and it burnt the roof of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
For like 2 weeks, I had a blistered immediately, and then the blister popped.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks, the whole roof of my mouth was raw.
Yeah. You spit
It
that
sucked.
piece of the skin.
Yeah, it sucked so bad.
You're not doing it again, no hurry.
Terry Wilson, what's up, buddy?
Napalm in the crust.
Hey, Terry.
Well, I figured out while I was what I was having problems with, and I didn't realize it. I got lucky with the Marlin.
Bye,
The
Terry.
Marlin it came out really smooth. Both colors came out really smooth. And can you see that?
Yeah.
This is the MCW hardener.
Okay.
And normally when it starts going,
Clarity?
paint looks super grainy, right? Like it's not atomizing, right?
Yeah.
It'll come out like you're blowing sand on your model.
Okay.
Well, I didn't realize that, I didn't realize that it was doing that. And I added it, and I was like, I thought it was the airbrush. And I was like, what the hell? So I took the airbrush apart, cleaned it, did everything. And I was like, why is this? Then I painted it again and came out looking like crap. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I turned around and I looked at the hardener, and I was like, oh shit, that's bad. It's bad. So then the next paint job I did, I sprayed without the hardener, and it came out really, really good. So what model was that? I don't even remember now. Oh, the damn gasser. The purple gasser.
Purple gasser.
See it, Jerry.
All right. Good night, Fred. Don't work too hard tomorrow.
Good night, Fred.
Yeah, Lois. This is junk. I just haven't gotten rid of it yet, but you're right. Air's probably seeping in. No matter how many times I wipe the mouth of the bottle, and I open the bottle and I use the pipette to suck out what I'm going to use. And even though I don't get the rim of the bottle wet with hardener, I still wipe it and make sure, and then I close it up. Well, it still gets seized. No matter what I do, it still gets seized. So I got to use pliers to open it. And I'm sure I deformed the cap some, and that's what's causing air to seep into it.
You wiping the cap off too?
Yep, wiping the inside of the cap off too.
Yeah, it gets in there, man.
It's not a big deal. I mean, I'll order more.
Yeah, those Tamiya bottles do seal pretty good, Lewis.
Yeah.
And you can buy them empty. I didn't know that for a long time. I only recently found that out.
Can you?
Yeah.
I should buy some.
Yeah,
I think
Amazon does it.
I think Craig put stuff in the empty Tamiya bottles. Hey, pass me one of those beers.
Oh, no, I got a coffee, man.
Oh, you got coffee tonight? Damn it. Shucks.
For now, I can switch though.
Just as long as it's not a Bud Light.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Where can I get those empty Tamiya bottles?
Amazon.
Where?
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
Amazon?
That's right.
I'll have to get one.
Amazon.
I will get some. And when I buy some new hardener, I'll switch it out.
I've seen them somewhere else too. Can't remember where.
Any of your old bottles that run out, your Tamiya bottles, just steep them in hot water and reuse them again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Well, I got to empty one first.
Yeah, they go a pretty long ways. That might be where I saw them, Lewis, at Hobbytown, USA.
I think this is the closest to being empty. This is my rubber black. Reverse engineered young guy. Just caught on to that. Somebody's knocking to get in.
Don the man.
Oh, it's Dan.
Howdy, Dan.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's
up?
happening?
Not a lot.
I was chilling out over here in the blue shadows waiting for you to put me on. No, I wasn't waiting 2 hours. I was only waiting like 5 minutes.
Okay. I got to be more observant.
So how's it going there, Rob? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. A little tired lately. Been busy as hell.
And you've
You
been
working
trying
all-
to team a
working
wild
weekends
Bronco.
What's that, Rick?
I said you've been trying to tame a wild Bronco.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a wild Bronco. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I used to own one of those things, man. I had a 1980 Bronco. I owned it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, bought it new, too, 1980.
We had a Bronco, too. And that thing would go most places respectable billy goats wouldn't go.
Yeah, they got a bad rep when they first came out because they were kind of top heavy. You know,
Yeah.
they say they might roll over in extreme conditions, but a lot of people like them. You know,
The thing ran like a rape tape, had that 2.9 in it. That was a really good truck we had.
it did the job, right?
It did.
Doesn't matter what anybody thinks as long as it works for you.
Oh, boy.
So what are you guys working on there?
Which show is that, Marcy? Are you talking about the NNL or are you talking about the one that's coming up in August? I'm working on the Bronco. Well, right now I'm working on eating some pizza rolls.
They kind of hot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got them.
Wait, temperature hot or spicy hot?
Temperature hot. The first one stuck to the roof of my mouth and I was back here screaming, trying to muffle my screams like I'm being attacked.
The next show down
Yeah,
here.
be careful, you end up in the ER.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fucking, it's going to be Blister City.
Well, I was telling these guys that we went to Culver's a couple of weeks ago, and I bit into one of their chicken sandwiches. It was a spicy chicken sandwich, but
Oh,
it wasn't the spices that got me. It was that it was hot. Like it was just out of the fryer, and all the juice shot to the top of my mouth, to the roof of my mouth, and it stuck. The chicken in the bun stuck to the roof of my mouth, and I had a big old blister in the top of my mouth. And then it
Jeez.
popped, and then for 2 weeks, the whole roof of my mouth has been raw. What's up, Kevin?
Well, that's why you were slurring your speech, huh?
I always slur my speech. Yes, Marcy, I plan on going to the NNL. What am I bringing? I don't know because I can't seem to complete anything.
Put it on a table that has the partial bills on it, bills in progress.
Yeah, I probably will do that.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'll probably bring the Willys again. I'll probably bring the 60 Chevy pickup, maybe the 67 Chevelle again, and the Marlin. The Marlin will be finished by the time the NNL rolls around.
Yeah, I want to see that Marlin completed, man.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job on
Nice,
that.
man.
Now, if I get the straight machine group build done by the time the NNL comes, I'll probably, if that turns out decent, I'll probably take that too. Hey guys, I need to give a plug though. I don't want everybody to forget my group build coming up in November. I'm gonna do it the second week in November again. Second week in November to the second week of January. Fat Fenders, Fins, and Chrome.
Oh, I'll definitely be
Oh,
there.
yeah,
You know that.
And this year, if you did Fins last year, Fins and Chrome last year, do Fat Fender. If you did Fat Fender last year, do Fins and Chrome this year. Switch it up a little.
Yeah, I did some Fat Fenders last year. I did my 53 Ford.
Yeah, me too. I did the Willie.
I think I'm gonna go with a Cadillac this time.
Me too. I'm gonna do a 59. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna do the convertible or the hardtop.
Oh,
That's a
definitely
lot
do
of
the
BMF,
convertible,
yeah.
man. You can put more details in the convertible, more visible details. Man, that thing was like fucking 27 feet long. It was huge.
I know. They were huge. They were
It was
huge.
the largest one, yeah. Largest one they ever produced, the 59.
You could put quite a few dead bodies in the trunk too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
When I lived down in Florida, we had a neighbor that had one that I don't know if it ever ran or not. It always sat on the side of the house. Nobody ever drove it that I know of. And I used to just salivate over that car.
They probably couldn't afford to put gas in it.
That's probably true. But it was a darker blue color. It was a hardtop, and it was an awesome looking car.
Oh, yeah.
My grandma always owned Cadillacs, and that's why I like Cadillacs so much.
Yeah, I drove in a few Cadillacs, but never in a 59.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Yeah, it's like driving a fucking house down the street.
Yeah. So Gilmore up here, we're gonna go soon to Gilmore, and they have the Cadillacs. They have a couple areas that look like showrooms and stuff like that, and then they have the cars through the years. And they have a replica Ford dealership, and they have a replica Cadillac dealership, and a replica Lincoln dealership. And the Cadillac, I think it's a 62. Is it a 62 that has a wraparound rear window? One of them has a wraparound rear windshield, and it's like you could throw your bedroll up there and you could sleep in the package shelf. That's how big it is.
Yeah, tuck yourself in for the night.
I remember doing that. I remember climbing up in the back window when I was a kid. Nobody said shit. Sit down, put your seatbelt on. You know, nobody said anything.
Nah, we didn't bother with seatbelts back then.
We used to romp around the back of the station wagons. We had the reverse facing seat. We used to wave at traffic. We never wore seatbelts. The back window would be open.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Driving up the New York State Thruway. Driving up the New York State Thruway with the back window down on the station wagon.
Getting all the exhaust fumes coming in, yeah.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
my father, he used to have when me and my sister were kids, had a 65 Pontiac Tempest wagon.
Yeah.
And he used to put the back seat down. He bought a foam pad. We used to go to the drive-in. He would park
Yeah,
backwards.
Right.
And then we'd watch the movie, roll the tailgate down. And my parents had lawn chairs. And my father, he would be just smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and reading the newspaper.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just watching the movie,
Yeah.
That thing was hit. We used to call it the what is it? We had a name for that fucking thing. The war battle
Battle wagon.
or something. Battle wagon, because it was hit so many times. It was like the one side was hit so many times you couldn't open the doors. And it wasn't his fault, He was sitting at the railroad tracks one time waiting for the train to pass, right? And some guy hits him in the back, and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. There's a fucking train going by. The red light is flashing, and you didn't see my fucking car."
Yeah.
Like,
Marcy highlights riding in the bed of the truck. Yeah, you do that now.
Yeah, you go to jail now.
Jail now.
Child abuse, eh?
yeah.
Oh.
How about one of those Subarus? Ever see those? What do they call them? The
Brats.
Brats or the Bajas or whatever they call them, with the two seats facing the rear section.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be caught dead in one of those going on the highway.
I had one of those. I had one. And funny story. How I ended up with it was I was sitting in one of those seats one day, and my buddy decided to play rally racer, and we were two-tracking, and he kept hitting bumps and jumps, and I was sitting in one of those seats back there, and we got done, and I was like, I got to have this thing, so I bought it off him, and that car was a riot.
Yeah, it was fun to bum around in.
Yeah. I don't remember what happened to that car. I probably killed it.
Ran it into the ground.
I was pretty rough on vehicles back in the day.
Too many jumps.
Probably. Well, it's like, we talk about some of these cars that we build that I could never afford some of the cars I had when I was younger. But I had a 70 Super B, and I was an idiot because a guy wanted the Super B that I had.
Oh,
and
man.
I was out.
That's a nice vehicle, man. That's cool.
It was, and it was the goldish color. The name escapes me right now, but it was the goldish color that Dodge had, and or Plymouth. And I was out one night with a bunch of friends, and we were booze cruising like a bunch of idiots and on the back roads in the Catskill Mountains. And I came around a corner a little bit too quick, and we had those old steel guardrails at the time, and I laid her right upside the guardrail, right down the side of it. And I pancaked the whole right side of the car. And the guy that won the car, he wanted it more than ever now, because he figured I would knock a bunch of money off the price now that I wrecked it. And
Yeah.
I eventually did let the car go to him, but like we were discussing that car, and I swear, for some reason, the number like 5,900 keeps popping up, and I think I bought that car for $5,900. You can't touch one of those for even close to that unless it's a rust bucket.
Oh, yeah, probably tripled It quadrupled in price
And
for what it is. Yeah.
after I had that car, I had a 68 GTX that my dad told me that I was an idiot for buying. He told me I was going to kill myself. Like I didn't almost kill myself in the Super Bee. But yep, I started out with Dodge Darts. I love Dodge Darts. I had all kinds of Dodge Darts. I started off with a 74, then I had a 72, and then I had a 75 that was the Dart Sport, you know, the AKA Dodge Demon, but they changed the name to Dodge Dart Sport.
Yeah.
And I had one of those, and Mopars just got super expensive, and then I ended up moving on the Cutlasses. And I had a shit ton of Cutlasses too over the years. 69, a 72, and I had like a 78, a 80, an 84, 85. I think the last one I had was an 85 Hearst with T-tops and stuff that was gray and silver. Pretty sweet car. I miss it. I even had a Cutlass Calais wagon.
The wagon. Did it have a Vista Cruiser top on it?
Huh?
Did it have a Vista Cruiser top on it?
No. I'd get my left nut if I could get a Vista Cruiser.
Yeah, they're so rare.
What was that?
Somebody's phone.
Terry said they used to fight over who got the ride in the cubby hole in the VW.
The cubby, y'all.
Speaking of VW, let me show. I want to show you guys. I'm gonna do a short video on my Father's Day stash ads. So my wife got me one that I've been after a little while, and I'll tell you about this. And then I'll show you the one my kid got me first. So I've been saying I've been wanting to do one of these for a while. I do not know what I'm going to do with this. I open this thing up and I'm like, holy shit. You guys ever see the inside of one of these? And how many parts? It's a Gundam.
It's a Gundam?
Yeah. This thing has like 1 million pieces in here.
I was going to say like 300 pieces, right?
It's like, it's crazy. And
Good luck.
it's all in Japanese. I can't read that. Glad it's got pictures. And then my wife got this for me.
Oh, I built that. I built that about 10 years ago.
So here's the thing. I've been eyeballing this for a while because there was a build that I wanted to build. And I'm still going to do the build, so I'm not going to reveal the build because I'm going to build the build for Motor City Madness next March. I'm not going to get a chance to do it for the NNL, so I'm going to wait for Motor City Madness. And my intention was to cut this up, but I opened this kit up and I was looking through the kit and I was like, oh man, this is a nice detailed kit. This is a really nice kit. So I made a decision and I'm not going to cut this up. I'm going to get one of the Polar Lights Volkswagens, like the one I had built previously, and I'm going to cut that body up instead of this. I'm just going to build this one up. And I like this robin egg blue color too.
Yeah, I built that exactly. It was box stock. Actually, I put it in the show. I entered the box stock class, and actually it took third place, believe it or not.
Nice.
I built it just the way, and it's got a lot of engine detail in it too.
Right. So that
nice looking vehicle.
That was another thing. The engine, the reason why I wanted this one was because I saw the engine detail. The engine in the half cab Bronco and the Dune buggy, that is like a solid piece thing. I don't know if you ever built that before, Dan, but It's like a solid piece. It's just like a plate that goes in there. And I wanted a more detailed VW engine to go in that dune buggy. So
yeah, this one has it.
right.
Yeah.
However, I'm not going to chop this up and I'm not going to part it out. I'm actually going to build this as is, just like this. I like it too much. So I'll get a Polar Lights Volkswagen body and I'll do the chopping and cutting that I plan on doing. But I'm not going to tell you about that build until I start doing it.
Yeah, it's a nice kit. The only thing I had with that kit, the issue was the glass. It's all one piece.
Yeah.
And there's like a little bow in it. I think you're better off just cutting those middle sections out and just putting the front and rear glass in independently.
Yeah.
Because I had to put clamps in there to hold the, windshield up towards the roof,
Right.
And then I put pads on it so I didn't scratch up because, I already, painted and clear coated it.
Right.
And then I took the clamps off and it left impressions on the roof. So I had to redo that, One problem leads to another,
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, it's an awesome kit. I got it around here somewhere. I might have moved it. It's up in my shelf here somewhere. Where the hell's my Volkswagen?
Marcy, I think my problem is I know they're molded in color and everything, but I see everybody painting them and I'm wondering whether or not I should paint this one.
Is it molded in blue, Rob?
What's that?
Is it molded in blue?
Oh, we're talking about the
plastic blue?
Gundam. No, the VW is white.
Right.
Yeah, it's molded in white.
Yeah, I think them Gundam kits some of them don't need painted. They're multicolor.
Yeah, it's multicolored. It's a bunch of different colors. What the fuck I do with my sprue cutter? Oh, right there.
What the hell is this?
Dan's looking for his Volkswagen.
You're not gonna believe this. I can't find it.
Somebody stole it.
Holy crap. I know it was here when I moved here last year. What the hell? Case of the missing Volkswagen. Jesus Christ. How do you lose a Volkswagen bus?
You better call Scooby-Doo. Get him on the case.
Uh-oh. Maybe it's in the other room. Let's see.
Hey, Senior, who made those glue holders for you? I always see when you do a video. Run out of coffee, Rick?
Case of the missing Beetle solved. We found her.
Hey.
There it is. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's got
I like it.
posable steering. You got posable steering.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know how much you're going to see of the engine, but it's there's a lot of detail in there. But you really you have to see it in better light. But it's a nice kit, but the engine's got a lot of parts to it, a lot of detail.
Cool.
Yeah.
The Tamiya version's a nice build.
Thanks, Amy.
Yep, that looks good, man.
Yeah. I put a little flocking in the package shelf. I don't know if you could see that or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little flocking back there. Yeah, I was shocked. I figured, what the hell? I'll build a box stock. I'll enter in the show, and it took third place. So I was actually shocked, but it's a nice little build.
You only missing one thing, Don. Can you guess what it is?
What was
What?
that, Sammy?
I'm saying you're only missing one thing. Can you not guess what it is?
What? Tell us.
Lights. Lights.
Ah, I don't think I'm going to take it apart to put lights in it now.
I built my one with lights a couple of years ago.
Hey, Sammy, how about if I send it to you, you put lights on it, and then ship it back to me? How about that?
That could be done, but I'm not guaranteed to be the same pieces when it arrives.
I've actually thought about that, Dan. I've actually thought about sending them something to light up for me.
Retrofit.
You know what? Why don't you send him that Gundam with fucking like 500 parts? Let him put lights in it, and then send it back to you.
No, that would have to be fiber optics.
Yeah. Probably go through like 1 million LEDs on that one. Hey, you see what I'm working on this 1961 Falcon that my buddy over there, Jimmy Ledford, sent me.
Yeah,
And this is what I came up with so far.
nice.
Cool.
Nice.
It's pretty sweet.
We got some graphic, we got stencil work going on there. I got to touch up a lot of spots though, because the candies I use, not really, the Tamiya clears,
Yeah,
I diluted them a little bit when I put it in my airbrush cup with some Mr. Color leveling thinner, because last time they were kind of heavy, and they didn't want to shoot through my airbrush. I was getting dry tips, so I put like 5 drops in there. What happened, I think it broke it down a little bit, because
Yeah.
it broke down the composition of the clear. I mean the Tamiya clears. So when I went to pull the tape off, in some areas lifting a little bit, because it probably didn't adhere right to the silver base. But other than that, I could touch that up, no problem. So we got some graphics over there.
Yeah, that's
you
nice.
pull your tape when it was still tacky, when the paint was still tacky, or when it was dry?
Well, I let it sit for like about 15 minutes, so I started removing the tape,
Yeah,
But
I finally
it
I
took
finally
it
got
off. Yeah, that's what I used, but it shot, flawlessly, but I think
Yeah.
it broke it down a little bit. And when I went to pull the tape off in this little area, it took it right down to the silver, actually it took it down to the primer.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I could touch it up, but you know what I want to do? I want to try to use those. I seen Barbados Rex. He did a demonstration on those Alclad candies.
yeah.
Man, I tell you, they came out like flawlessly. I mean, he did a nice. It was like an hour a video, but it was very interesting. He did a great job on it. Oh, Terry said put a few drops of glycerin. Yeah, someone even suggested I put it in my sauce too. That actually lubricates the needle. That's what they say. But
Yeah, and the tip.
yeah, and they
Um,
said it prevents the dry tip. Yeah.
Killer Red Dragon suggested that years ago.
Yeah, I agree, Marcy. Yeah. You killed the pigment binder. Yep. That's what happened. I got to add something that's not going to, kill the pigment. Yeah. You're right about that.
Oh boy. Oh. What, did Jimmy leave the chat?
I guess. I ain't seen him in a while.
No.
Maybe Pappy hurt his feelings.
Oh well. Better give his balls a tug if that hurt his feelings.
Mm.
I think he left a long time ago.
Juice. That's the purple alcohol.
Adam says he reduces There's too many clears with
Okay.
alcohol. Yeah. Thanks for the tip, Adam. I'm going to try that next time.
Hmm.
Are we talking X22? Tamiya Clear, or what are we talking?
Yeah, these guys here. The clear line right here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It
right.
basically acts like a candy. Yeah, this is it right here. But
Right.
I shot them like right out of the jar, but they're kind of on the heavy side, you know.
Yeah.
Because this won't go through my point my 0.35 needle. It'll go through the 0.5 with no problem. But I don't want to, you know, I don't want to shoot it that heavy, you know. So
Yeah.
so I'm gonna try that tip there with the alcohol. See if that works. Shit, I gotta get some supplies. Holy shit, man, I'm running low on everything.
I use this. I think I used this on the Roadrunner once. One of the first times I painted the Roadrunner, and man, I did not do a good job. It looked like shit, so I had to strip it off. I used isopropyl to strip it off the paint.
What is that there, Rob?
X22, Tamiya X22.
Well, you don't like it? You had troubles with it?
I had trouble, but it was probably user error. I just didn't know how to spray it.
I started using that about a couple of months ago, and that stuff is awesome, man. I'm telling you, and it doesn't react because you know me. I use all acrylics. You know, I've been trying a lot of experiments with clears. I was even talking to Tommy Moore, and he says he found a 1K clear he bought at the auto parts store. I didn't even know there was a 1K. I know there was a 2K, but he says it was a 1K. It's in a, it's in a spray can, but it's like, you know, $20 a can. But if it's going to do the job, you know.
Well, here's the thing. 1K is just one part. It has no activator, so you know, put it in a can.
Yeah, right.
It's not as hard as 2K.
Actually, there's I'm trying to think. I used to use this stuff called Raptor 1K, and you get it at AutoZone, and it is pretty good. I mean, you can lay that stuff on heavy, and that shit levels itself out really, really good.
It doesn't run, huh?
I tried to get it to run and didn't run. You put a couple mist coats on first and let that flash out.
Yeah.
And you know, you put 2 heavy wet coats on it, and you're done. And it looks really, really good. So here's my thing. So I shot the X22 right out of the jar. I didn't thin it. And maybe that was my problem. Maybe that's exactly what my problem is. I didn't thin it. But also, I didn't know what to thin that stuff with. And now I know. Thin it with isopropyl. But Zippy.
Yeah. Okay.
Zippy thin with Mr. Color leveling thinner. So. Yeah, I was looking up the ingredients for this. You know, I recently learned how to speak Japanese, and
asshole.
But I opened this up and I sniffed it, and I was like, man, that smells an awful lot like acetone and denatured alcohol.
Yep.
And that's exactly what it is.
That's what's to me. If you look on the side, it's not really a true acrylic. If you look on there, there's there's a big flame on the side over there. It tells you it's flammable, you know. So it's got the warning sign on there. You know what I saw guys doing after they spray their clears on there, you know, with the leveling thinner in it? They'll actually shoot the 400, the leveling thinner, right over the clear. Just mist it on there.
Right.
And that also helps level. I haven't tried that yet. I might do an experiment like on a scrap body, because I'm not going to, spend the whole month on a model and say, oops,
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that. But, you know what else I've been trying to over my acrylics, because you can't use an enamel clear, because it attacks the, especially the metallics. It starts to separate them.
Right.
I've been using this Rust-Oleum lacquer.
Yeah.
That's all it says on about a can. Rust-Oleum lacquer. I
Right.
gave this last build I had. I gave it about 10. Oh, it was the Chrysler Concept car.
Right.
I polished it out and everything, and I put some highlights in there and stuff. Some pearls in it. And I shot 10 mist coats on it, and it came out so nice. I just left it like that. I didn't even wax it or polish it. There was no orange peels. Like, every once in a while, you just get that one paint job that just comes out really nice, and you just say, hey, you know what? I better quit while I'm ahead. It's nice. I'm not touching it, but I've used it on like about the last 3 bills, and so far so good. So.
Well, I couldn't wait to get my hands on this, and I didn't really want to spend $30 on it because I've been using regular lacquer thinner for forever. But I had to finally give it a try. It cost me $30, and this came from England. I had to wait for this friggin' shit to come from the UK.
Wow.
And it finally came.
$30. I got mine for 20 on Amazon, I think.
I couldn't find any here. I was on Amazon. I got this off eBay finally from somebody selling on eBay, but they were in the UK. And everybody that I tried here, all my normal vendors, they were out. And nobody local here, no hobby shops here sell this stuff.
You know what it is? Everybody's on YouTube searching for ways to get their paint to act right, and that's showing up on a lot of videos. And once word gets around, everybody wants it.
So Kevin had this to say, Dan.
Yeah.
Here's a suggestion for you, and I don't know if it'll work for what you're using, but if you go over to Craig's Corner,
in
a couple of his videos, he does different. He does a 50-50 mix, but like on the last coat, what he does is he mixes it at a higher level. It's like it's a little bit more than 50%. So he's got more thinner than he does paint in there. And that's how his paint jobs come out looking like glass.
He does nice work over there.
He does not even use clear coat. That's it. He gets those paint jobs like that, then he polishes them out. And he's a phenomenal painter. You wouldn't believe it. When I got to see his stuff at the show, and it was the first time that he showed, and he actually won something for that trumpeter Falcon that he built. And I was looking that car over and everything, and it's a really nice build. It was a really nice build. But yeah, he does some good paint jobs.
Yeah, I see some of his work, man. He does, some phenomenal finishes there on his builds, man. Yeah,
right.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, I'm just looking for that perfect clear. It's not going to be perfect, but I just want something that's going to be, something I could just spray on. Hold on. Yeah, I'll get it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking for something that's not foolproof, but something that's something that's I could be consistent with. I'm still learning. I'm experimenting. I'm still watching everybody's videos.
You're always learning.
I'm always experimenting. And
when Mark was on, I told him, I said, we're talking about that right there. If you want to learn, look at everybody's channel, look at what they're doing, and then pick the guys that you think, build the best and kind of emulate what they're doing, Yeah, Marcy, I'll probably take you up on that. So I don't think I'll go through this too quickly, but if we get down to it and I got like half a bottle, I'll probably have you grab me a bottle or two and then bring it to the show, and I'll just pay you to catch money for it.
Yeah, that stuff's pricey.
He over reduces the last coat, but he's talking about with 2K. And I'm wondering about that. Well,
yeah, I haven't used any of that stuff.
There was a discussion about why people clear coat their model cars on one of the Facebook groups, and some guy says, "Oh, nobody ever used to clear coat." Well, I don't think that's exactly true. I know people used to clear coat their stuff, but he's talking about why people want to make their cars look so shiny when they weren't like that from the factory. And I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
I've heard that argument before too, because they say in real life it's not that shiny.
Right.
But
You know, I don't know.
well, if you're putting your car in a show, just say if you're competing, the first, I mean, like 90% of the judging is
It's
based
going to
on
be the paint.
the
It's going to be
finish.
the finish.
First thing that it appeals to a judge is the finish and fit, and the paint. I mean, it's so if your model's shinier than the other guys, it's got that mild, deep shine. Well,
It stands out. Yep.
yeah.
This is what I deal with all the time, Kevin.
Yeah,
You know?
I hear you, Kay. Yeah, know-it-alls. Yep.
We were talking about this earlier because, and I don't want to call anybody out, but I've seen people have problems on Facebook, and the guy was wondering why. You guys probably heard me say this earlier. He was wondering why he was having issues, and I asked him if he primed, and he said no. And you could ask Mike. Mike's gonna turn around. He's gonna tell you when he has paint problems. I always ask him if he primed, and Mike is he uses a lot of extreme lacquers, and that's fine. It's good. But even with the extreme lacquers, I've always primed, especially if you do any kind of sanding on the body, especially if there's any kind of swirls in the plastic, any flaws in the plastic whatsoever. It's going to reveal itself. If you don't use a primer, it's always going to come through that paint, no matter how many coats of paint. And you could tell guys until you're purple with blue polka dots that is the case, and they don't want to believe you. But yet they're the same people that say they want to make their models look like so-and-so, who got best in show. But if you're not following what those guys are doing, your models will never be that good because you're not willing to change the way you do stuff.
Yeah, not willing to learn. I mean, those lacquers are hot, man. I wouldn't spray lacquer on plastic because
Adam said the same thing.
that's when they gas out very fast. All lacquers. I mean, some of the lacquers you could start sanding them after like 15 minutes because the solvents are so hot.
Anytime you spray a lacquer on that plastic, it is always going to highlight the swirls or any kind of imperfections in that plastic. And you're right, it being hot. Now, the Testors Extreme Lacquer, it's not hot. It's more like a Tamiya, maybe a little bit hotter than a Tamiya. So it's formulated for plastics, and it says it's paint and primer in one, and I get that. But if you've got flaws in the body, now I painted that Toyota Supra, and it was molded in green. And I painted it the teal color, and I was like, it's already green. I don't need to prime it. But I'm telling you, this many years after I painted that thing, I can see the green coming through the paint now. The lime green color is through the paint.
Hey, Rob, Marcy looking for a link.
I see.
Wake up, man.
Wake up. I got to be more observant.
You need 2 monitors so you can have the pages up at the same time.
Yeah, I should.
It's because you're tabbed out. I do it all the time.
Hey, Marcy, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Just roasting my ass off. It's gross here. I had to check and make sure there weren't any palm trees outside. So not an island girl, man.
Yeah, I saw you working on those palm trees over there.
Yeah, I found a way to make them look not so plastic.
What scale is that anyway? Those palm trees.
I don't know how big those are. The one I had was working on. Let me check.
Did you see Adam's comment about lacquers that pulled up trim and trademarks that I sanded, filled, and primed?
They're about 6.5 inches. The bigger ones, anyway. I just got a gigantic bag of plastic ones from just someplace on Amazon. I'd have to go rummage for the link. But what I was going to say, Dan, you're painting in all water-based acrylics, correct?
Yeah.
Try the Viejo acrylic matte varnish. It's a rattle can. It's stock number 28.531. It's 400 mil, 13.5 ounce rattle can. It doesn't.
Okay.
It's a matte. It leaves the surface, that not quite flat. It will not change the color like some clears on water-based paints, like will darken the color. But mileage is going to vary, environment and everything. Always test, like I said before. But it's really good, and I've used it on most of the acrylic paints, not just on the Viejo.
Now you're using that just to seal the acrylics on your model?
Yeah, as a final coat.
Oh, as a final coat, and then you buff it out?
Yeah, and in between too. If it's something that requires being a little bit more shiny,
okay.
After that, I'll use like one of the Tamiya clears. They've got a low gloss clear. I forget the number.
Yeah, I heard Tamiya. Somebody was telling me I use the X22, and I'm kind of hooked on that because I usually let it sit overnight, and I actually wet sanded that with no problems. And then I put another coat on it, and it worked out very well. But I heard the X22 comes in a can, a rattle can, but I don't know the number.
Yeah.
I don't.
If you go on the Tamiya website, they have a chart of all the numbers. I just don't have a chart handy.
I don't think the X22 comes in a can. The TS13 comes in a can.
TS13.
What is it, Rick?
TS13.
Yeah, TS13 is a can, and TS80 is also a can, but 80 is a flat.
Yeah, the 13 is a gloss clear.
Yeah, 13 is super gloss, and 80 is flat.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes.
And the only reason I know the number on the Viejo can is because I got one sitting right here.
Okay, that's good to know.
The number on that was 28.
You see, it's true. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
There's lots of really good stuff out there. You just got to check it out and try it. Like I was saying, paint is affected by the environment. Anybody who's painted anything ever knows that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Atmospheric conditions affect anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the humidity's too high, and you guys are working with enamels, and
So let me ask a question really quick, okay? So Mike made this comment, okay? And here is something that I want to ask Adam and Kevin. All right, now, you guys talk about ghosting and everything else like that. Can you eliminate ghosting by, like you do with red, when you get rid of red and make sure that the red does not move through? Can you get rid of ghosting by using silver? Spray the body first with silver and then priming over top of it. Would that have any effect on getting rid of that ghosting?
It might. That actually sounds like a logical combination.
Yeah, or a primer sealer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
But I've
you see that, Mike?
The whole idea is to get something you're happy with without breaking your wallet.
Right.
Yeah, that's the problem. We break our wallets.
And the problem with that is having to do so many experiments to find out what works in your environment. And like if you move,
we break our wallets and we break our heads.
and then you move again like you did, and you got to redo everything. You got to go back through and reassess your process because you're moving to a different location and you don't know.
When I moved here from Delaware, I took notes. I had a notepad that was gone, so it's like I'm starting from scratch again. So I figured, hey, I got everybody on YouTube. If I got a question, I'll just ask somebody.
Yeah.
But getting back to the bodies, I just did that Chrysler concept car. I didn't even paint it. It was the first time I took that body because it had this this metallic bronze color. I loved the color. So what I did was I white sanded that body, right? I assembled it. It's a curbside, so I put the whole body together. I started at 1,000, went up to 1,500 and 2,000, and I wet sanded it. And then, I hit it with some pearl highlights and stuff. And then I hit it with that clear coat. And it was the best clear paint job I've ever done. Compared to all the models I ever built. You could maybe a little swirl mark here and there, but once I put the clear on it, and I like I said, I highlighted some of the areas like the fenders and the roof, with some gold pearl on it. Or what was it? Champagne pearl? I forgot what it was. But I mean, it just came out so nice, and it was, I didn't wax it or nothing. I just left it. It came so nice.
Yeah, you did a good job on that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to buy another one, man. I bought that at the show. That guy, Model King, was there. I
Yeah,
must have bought about 10 models from that guy. He didn't have like one model over $22.
Yeah.
All brand new sealed stuff. And I said, I don't get out to many shows, so that was at the Philly
Yeah,
NNL show.
you gotta watch the guys that got super low prices on stuff like that. Those are the guys that go to Ollie's and get them for under $20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Model King's been in the business for a while. I don't know if he's in, but I know the guys on eBay do that a lot. I see guys go in and they fill up their shopping cart with like,
Yep.
50 models, and they're paying what, $12.99, and they'll charge everybody like $20.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Cool thing is though,
you're not making any
now-
money. I sell on eBay all the time. I think they're charging you like 13% fee now. 13% selling fee.
That's
So
why I
it's
don't
like-
sell knives on eBay.
So you sell something for $10, you got to pay $1.30 on it, and then you got to ship it, and you're not going to make much profit.
no, you're not gonna make profit on a website that has to make a profit off of you.
No.
You'll never make any money. I mean, I used to do stuff on Etsy, and I had to mark my prices up for people who wanted to buy through Etsy online like that, and it wasn't worth it. I just started dealing with them direct. I gave up Etsy entirely. And my locals, we just meet up somewhere and hand the product off. But
you gotta eliminate the shipping.
yeah,
People don't want to pay shipping, but that's what the shipping costs are.
now they're worse. Yeah,
shipping.
I gave up doing that a few years ago before the shipping went super crazy again.
I used to be a nice guy, and then I would say, "Oh, I'm going to sell you this for," and I'd offer free shipping, and I'd say, "Wait a minute," and then I go to ship the item. Some guy in California buys it, and it's like coast to coast, and it's costing $11 a ship it. I'm like, holy shit! I just sold a model, and I only made like,
if you're lucky, you made $1.
Yeah, I barely made my money back.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing though too that's good about Ollie's now is the stuff that's being marketed for the Ollie's chain now has the actual Ollie's name price tag under the cellophane.
Yeah, but did you see what they're doing with that now?
Oh yeah, they're
noticed
trying to
that.
cover it. I caught a guy at the last show with a whole table full of duplicates of every model I've ever seen at Ollie's.
They use like a black marker over it or something.
No, they put a sticker over it where it is on the box. And I caught a guy. I'm like, dude, you bought that shit at Ollie's, and everybody around the table just scattered.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Yeah, he bought it for $12.99. He's trying to sell them for $25.
25,
Yeah.
try 40,
Yeah.
shit,
$40.
$40.
Wow.
From $30 up, and it was all shit that was under $20 at Ollie's, or 20 max.
And the kits, they're just, they're not spectacular, hard to find kits. They're just common kits,
And they're not that great either.
I bought a 32 Roadster. I bought that Dodge with the.
And most of
V10.
us have bought all of them because they're
Right.
cheap and they're
I
something we
bought a
like.
kit just to take the engine out of it,
Right. Or to steal the body out of one for something else,
Yeah, I could take the engine out of that, put it in a hot rod, and I can make that Dodge pick up into a curbside or something. So I make good use of it. But they're not, I hate when people do that, man. They're real scumbags. I just can't stand people like that. Trying
Yeah,
to
well,
cheat.
I made sure that the guys who run the show they're a fellow club to our club, and I made sure that they knew who the person was, and he is banned. He will not be back. So,
Well,
I don't know if they could do anything. I mean, it's
they
I mean,
refused
you
to
got-
give him table. That's it. He's done. He's gone.
you think that's bad? I was at the NNLE show. Well, I started going there like, what was it, 2012? That was my first show. Maybe a few years after that. There was a guy actually lifting stuff shoplifting. He was going around. They finally caught him and they escorted him outside. He had 2 big bags. And while, because, you go to shows and the seller gets distracted,
Right.
and sometimes there's 3, 4 people asking him his questions at the same time. And this guy,
That's why
when
you have more than one person at your table.
he had his bags full, and then they say, "Oh, there he is. He was lifting shit." Yeah, he had 2 bags full of stuff. Might have had a couple $100 worth of parts and models in there.
Sure.
Yeah, we had a lady at one of my other things that I go to, was going around our merch room stealing shit. Made the mistake of putting her hands in stuff that was on a table that I was working with a friend. Some of my commission work. I do mixed media art and I make jewelry.
And Marcy beat her ass.
Oh, I didn't beat her ass, but I did break 2 of her fingers.
There you go.
I saw her do it, and later on, I also saw her in the restroom, and I walked up to her and I said, "So, you really like my art, don't you?" And she's like, "Yeah, I was looking at this and I was looking at that and looking at that." She went to put her hand on the faucet of the sink, and I put my thumb in the middle of the back of her hand and pushed down real hard. So her ring finger and her middle finger went crack. And I said, I looked right at her and I said, "I'd appreciate it if you returned what you lifted off my table." And I put my other hand out, and she reached into her bag and she put the item in my hand. And I said, "Thank you. Have a nice day. Medic is around the corner to the left." And then I called security and had her ass arrested.
She's lucky. She's lucky he didn't cut her fingers off.
Oh no, I just broke them.
She deserved everything she got. That's for sure.
Nope, I broke them. They reset them for her, and she was promptly arrested. She won't be back. So.
Oh, Louis, that message from me over here.
We had.
You're welcome, buddy.
Don't mention that dude's name in this live.
Kevin, you're already in the shitter with me. Don't even. There's 2 names you don't say in anybody's chat, and that's one of them. You don't want to be the 3rd person on that list. You're getting mighty close.
Who, me?
No, Kevin. And since I have the opportunity, it's been 20 years, you're still crying about some sad apple. Come and compete with real artists. You're welcome to come back anytime.
Hey, guys, I'm out of here, man. I got to get going.
All right, man. Have a good one, buddy.
Have a good one, Dan.
Dan, thanks for participating.
Jamie, Rick, guys in the chat, take
Good
care,
night.
man. Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Yeah, I'm gonna at 8 or 9 o'clock. I'm gonna shut this down because I gotta go. I gotta be up at 2.
Yeah, buddy. I hear you.
Damn it.
2 o'clock in the morning. Yeesh.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's that. I start staring at the wall about 2 o'clock, and then I go to bed by 4. I don't. No, I'm a night crawler. I don't do sunshine if I can avoid it.
Well, there is no sunshine when I go to work, Marcy.
Oh no, the sun is like starting to go away when I leave to go to work. So
And in
it's
the,
safe.
in the winter time, there's lots of times I'm well, not anymore, but back when I first started, because I wasn't working full time. Now I'm working full time, but I never saw the sun. I'd go to work in the dark and come home in the dark.
Right. Yep.
But
10, 12 hours a day in the wintertime, that's exactly what's going to happen.
yeah.
Okay, I think I lost a part to one of my trees. No. Not like I don't have 1,000 more, but I don't want to have to prep another piece.
You're right, Kevin. No one likes it. I'll tell you what, I don't ever want to see that guy ever again.
Oh, Jeff Elliott. Hello, Jeff.
Marcy, you and Kevin are buds. Is he from the other side of the state too?
I believe he's down in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Is that Ferret Face or is it the other Jeff? Oh, that's the other Jeff.
Jeff Elliott.
It's Jeffifa.
Yeah,
That is Jeff
one.
Elliott.
Ryan, your timer's going off. My son comes in here, starts cooking, and walks out of the damn kitchen. At least he set the timer.
My kid does the same thing.
Okay, did I mess this up or did I mess this up? I think I messed this up. Well, thankfully I do have a whole bag of these stupid plastic trees. Because I just fucked up the prawns on that one.
A whole bag of plastic trees.
Yeah, I put the picture of the bag on one of my posts when I first got them. Big old gigantic bag. There's like 30 or 40 of them, all different sizes.
So Adam was talking about it earlier, but so I'm going to participate in Mars's group build, and I'm going to use the what's that?
Rusty rods or something like that he's doing.
Yeah,
Rust
bucket.
bucket.
Rust
build.
bucket. That's what
So,
it's called. Yeah.
I'm going to use the 40 turtleback out of the diamond in the rough kit because it's already beat the shit. I just got to rust it.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah.
Okay.
Cool idea.
We're gonna make some tarps, and we're gonna do a diorama.
Oh, nice.
My daughter is molding me. She's doing some rattlesnakes for me out of polymer clay.
Cool.
Cool.
So we're gonna do kind of a desert scene. I'm gonna go out back and dig me up some sand and get me some stuff, and we're gonna kind of make like an abandoned car, an abandoned 40 Ford out there somewhere.
Nice.
Maybe I'll take that to the show if I get it done.
Yeah, if you get it done. I was going to say, you need to get something done. Stop starting new projects. You're worse
That's
than
the
me.
problem. That's the problem too. It's like, when's the last time I finished something? I don't even remember. Oh, the the gasser.
The
Yeah,
gasser,
the
yeah.
That wasn't too.
The last time I finished something, eggplane. And then before that, Dan's 60s build.
Yeah.
And before that, another Bandai build.
Yeah,
I think that was it.
that's all right. Ken. You're fine.
Because I got my what do you call it, tiki hut and surf fight, which was just going to be like straight out of the box until I started looking at stuff, and it's like, nah, I'm going to do a little mini beach diorama. I need palm trees, and I started surfing the internet for palm trees. I got my Invisible Man. I had started that back when Chris was still around.
Invisible Man. I can't see that.
Yeah. You got a clear coat?
He's got bandages on him. You can see that. I started that when Chris Cortell was still around. When Chris started his, when he
See my
started his
Invisible Man?
Cyclops.
My Invisible Man is right here. See that?
I started that one when Chris started his Cyclops, and it's probably about 2/3 done, but I got in the same boat. I started looking at it going, this is too ordinary. It needs a better base. So I went out and got dollhouse wallpaper, and I got some wood to split to make window framing and all kinds of other stuff, and that's back in the box.
Jeff said it hi to everybody. Live stream, he comes in, he says hi to everybody but me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jeff.
That's the way he is, man.
So I wanted to show him that.
Oh, all right.
That used to be my modified. So
Nice.
I did a whole video on my racing. Somebody wanted to see my racing one, so I dug up a bunch of photos of my old race cars. My
Okay.
racing for the years, and it didn't get very many views after I don't know how many people asked me to do it. I did it, and then nobody
All right,
watched
have a
the
good
damn
night,
thing.
Senior. See you
See you,
Thursday
Senior.
if I don't pass out from the heat.
Jeff, how do you not know my name?
How do you not know Rob? Jeff, shame on you.
How do you not know my name?
Who the fuck is texting me?
Yeah.
That's what's bothering me on my day off.
My name is Herberto. Roberto Herberto. Oh, Lordy B. Yeah, I think I'm going to shut this down, guys.
All right, Bush.
That one looks like a tree again.
Thanks for hosting.
You're welcome.
No problem, Rob. Thanks very much, Rob.
Thanks for participating. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. It's fun jumping in here.
Yeah. Yeah. It is when other people.
It's a whole lot easier for me because once I get rattling, it's just easier to talk than it is to type.
It's good. It's good when one person doesn't come in and try to run the whole thing. You know what I mean? You let everybody participate.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a minute because we step on each other because we don't know who's going to speak when.
Right.
Because of the lag and everything else. But
Yeah.
once you get used to it.
Now we got a few people.
And, you know, like
We have a few people in the community that they like to get in the live stream and just take over. And I don't like when that happens.
Yeah, I know that.
I like
Some
when people
don't realize
participate.
it.
Right. I get it. Ryan. Okay.
If somebody needs to be told to shut up, you tell them to shut the fuck up like I did.
Right. Cliff can get carried away. Ryan, Josh Morgan, you know, all those guys. But here's what it is. All right, ladies and gents.
Okay,
I am out of here.
Rob.
I will talk to you guys.
Marcy. Take it easy, Seamus.
All right, later,
Have a
y'all.
good one.
Later.
See
Everybody
ya.
in the chat. Have a good night.
Be well, Papa Z. Be well, Seamus.
Bye.
See you, Marcy. Everybody in the chat. Kevin, Jeff, Adam. Bye.
Take it
Good luck.
easy.